So many of you are wasting so much money and missing out on so many conversions because you don't have a high-class retargeting journey, and it has to stop. And I'm going to show you how to set one up in about an hour. Here's the business we're going to do it for today. We're going to put them through my strategy and AI process. They sell these cool sort of garden shed, garden office style things. Doesn't really matter what the business sells, whether it's clothes, sleep supplements, standing desks, etc. This AI process works the same to generate a really high quality retargeting journey. Now, very quickly, so we're on the same page, what is remarketing? Well, it's the process of marketing to customers that we've had on our site. So we work really hard to get customers on our product pages, on our collection pages, through ads, through ranking them organically. And then what happens is most businesses do nothing with the fact that these people have put themselves in our warm prospect audience. Some people do the most common type of remarketing, which is this, dynamic product ads, and they just spam that customer with the same thing or similar products again and again in the hope they'll buy. And it's really low quality remarketing. Now, the great thing about retargeting in today's web is that we can be in front of our customers once they're in that warm prospect list in so many different places. Here you can see some display ads as part of the Google display network. You've got Asana and Sephora remarketing to me here. Must be my wife's birthday coming up. But we can also do this across Pinterest, Reddit, Meta, and anywhere else that our customers hang out. We have the opportunity to be omnipresent in front of our customers when they've put their hand up and said they want to buy. We can keep an interaction and a relationship going with them if we do this right. Earlier, I said this was the lowest and poorest form of remarketing. I look at the coat, then I see the coat everywhere for about 14 days trying to prompt me to buy. It's going to get me a little bit closer to purchasing. Sometimes I just need that nudge, but not by a lot. Imagine I'm in my local supermarket, I pick up some cod fillets. This style of remarketing is the equivalent of the store having someone follow me around and say, "Are you sure you didn't want these? Hey, put these back in your trolley. Come on, you want to buy these. Take these home with you." There's a reason I put the cod fillets back and didn't buy them. In the same way, there's a reason that about 98 of every 100 people that come to your site leak out your funnel and leave your site without buying. It's normally objections, issues, questions, and if we answer those with our remarketing, that's when we start to bring people back into the funnel and increase conversions. So based on these principles, we're going to use AI to build a high quality remarketing journey that addresses those objections and issues for customers who have put their hand up and visited one of these pages and therefore are a warm prospect. No surprise, I'm going to start by grabbing ChatGPT's help. I've told it I sell prefabricated sheds for people to put in their garden as workshops, man caves and offices, etc. I want a retargeting journey that addresses the 5 to 10 biggest questions, blockers, concerns or objections for someone buying one of these. And here we go. It's literally spat me out in about 30 seconds a perfect 10-point retargeting journey. I've got the customer pain point, I've got the messaging, and these absolutely nail the reasons why people have leaked out the funnel and not bought when they've come to look at one of these product pages. For example, they need to know, is it going to be warm and weatherproof? Is it going to need planning permission? Before they know those, they're not going to be able to buy. And the more often you help them get the answer to these, the more likely you are to win the conversion. So we've got our high class journey mapped out that's going to blow our competitors' retargeting out of the water if they are indeed doing any. The next thing we need is an audience to retarget to. And the great thing is, if we have our pixel installed on our site for Meta, Google, Pinterest, etc., as you absolutely should have, our site's already collecting this information. We now just need to put an audience together, a data segment essentially. Now, a really easy way to do this, I've taken the site and I put it into this XML sitemap generator. So I've got a list of every single URL on the site. Now, what I can do is I can come into GPT and say, can you give me a list of every single URL that if someone's visited, I can assume that they're interested in buying a shed. And now I have 110. If anyone's been to one of these, I know they belong in my prospect audience of people interested in buying one of these sheds. And now I've got that URL list, I can jump over to wherever I'm creating my segment. I'm going to do Google as the example, but they all work broadly the same. I need to come into Audience Manager and create a data segment. I'm going to do it on website visitors based on URLs they've visited. And now I've got that list of URLs, I can essentially say if they've visited that page within a time period, I want them in this audience to retarget to. So I've got my journey framework, I've got my audience, and now it's time for me to get some creative to go in my ads. And this is where leveraging AI becomes really important. You can see 3-4 different placement types here. I run my businesses from Barcelona, hence the Spanish language. And this is where, if you don't leverage AI, you're going to get bogged down. Now, I told you could set this up within an hour. If I look here across Pinterest, TikTok, Meta, Google, Reddit, there are 9 different ratios of every image that I need. So across my 10-point retargeting journey, now I've got 90 different creatives, which is totally unmanageable unless you leverage the right AI tool. And the tool I use is addcreative.ai, and the reason for that is it allows me to generate, using AI in minutes, creative for all these different sizes that fulfill the ad placements for my retargeting journey. There's a link below, and it's not an affiliate link. I just share it as a thank you for watching my videos. If you want more details on these processes and more tips like this, use the link below to join Founders Clubhouse, where I give away my full playbook. So here's all I have to do to get my creative generated. I put the messaging in that ChatGPT wrote for me earlier. Then I put in a background image, which Gemini helped me create. I asked it to take this product, which is one of the products on that site, and show my installation team installing it for a customer who's watching on, happy with a beer. And now what I can do is I can hit generate, and you're going to see how it generates my creatives for me in seconds. Here we go. It took about 30 seconds to generate, and I have a bunch of different styles. I quite like something like this where you can really see the background and then the "we take care of everything" nice and prominent. You can edit it if you want to change color scheme or tweak little bits, but the most important thing is I can now hit render this image in other sizes. So I've done that and waited another 30 seconds or so, and now I've got the same creative with the same messaging across all the different placement types that I need to get my retargeting journey live. So now it's a case of just downloading these, repeating the process 9 times. That took me a few minutes, and I will have everything in this 10-point retargeting journey done and sorted, ready for live. A couple of final optimization tips to leave you with. Retargeting can get stale. The average customer buying cycle for e-commerce is about 28 days, so we like to retarget to our customer for about 45 to make sure we're staying front of their mind for that entire buying cycle. Now, if I see the same ad for 45 days, I'm going to become blind to it. So what we do is we rotate the ad creative of our 10-point journey through the 45-day period in 7-day increments, so it stays nice and fresh and impactful. Final optimization to make sure your budget goes as far as possible. I remove apps for placements in Google. A lot of accidental link clicks happen in apps, and that means that you get a lot of clicks that you pay for that don't turn into landing page views. So I exclude those to make sure we're spending in the places that get the greatest return on investment. There's your high-class retargeting journey, set up in under an hour, extremely low cost, going to blow your competitors out the water. If you set it up, let me know in the comments. If you got value, I'd love you to subscribe.